Hello, my name is Keith Chan. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Social Welfare at University of Albany. It's my privilege and honor to introduce my 5 very talented students from my social welfare in the U.S. class who produced a video with the goal to reduce stigma on mental illness. So let's go around. First, we have Emily Noonan.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Noonan. I am a sophomore here at UAlbany. My major is social welfare. I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York, and I love helping people.
Hey guys, my name is Cheyenne Manel. I'm a sophomore here at Albany, and I'm also a social welfare major. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and my goal is to be a high school counselor.
Hi, I'm Nina Benvenuto. I'm from Chatham, New York. I'm a social welfare major at UAlbany. I just transferred in this semester. I guess one day I'd like to work for a nonprofit organization, I suppose.
Hello, my name is Eric Wills. I am a freshman and an undeclared social welfare major. I'm from Long Island, New York, and one day I plan to be a school social worker.
My name is Andrew Galla. I am a junior at SUNY Albany. I am a sociology major. And did I mention I'm from Long Island? No. I don't think I did. I'm from Long Island, New York as well.
All right, great. So we have a few questions that we wanted to kind of address. The first one that really came to mind after watching the video for a lot of folks was, what motivated you to create this video, and what was the message that you wanted to get across?
So for me, what motivated my drive behind this video is I have an aunt who had bipolar disorder, and she unfortunately took her own life. So I really just wanted to get that message out because I knew her as a person, not as her mental diagnosis. She was a very loving and caring person, so we wanted to portray that in our video. What was the other question? Sorry.
Yeah, and Emily, the other question was, what was the message you wanted to get across?
Well, the message, like I said, we wanted to get across was that people who are diagnosed, they are more than just their diagnosis, and there's so much more beneath them that makes them who they are.
I didn't really know anybody with a mental illness, so I use my background as having a learning disability as a place for a no judgment zone for people with mental illness and people with disabilities. So that was my motivation behind it.
I suppose my motivation behind this video would kind of go along with what Emily said. I personally have overcome quite a few obstacles in my past, and I have actually struggled with mental illness myself, so I know what it's like to feel alone and as though you don't have a voice. So I kind of wanted to make those who had the same feelings not feel that way anymore and know that they're not alone. And that was really the whole point that we wanted to get across. It started as a project for our class, but we kind of got really behind it all together, and we decided we wanted to actually have a reason for the video.
Well, as far as inspiration goes, I won't lie, it wasn't my idea, but it seemed like nobody else in the class was doing mental illness, and that's something I think that the whole class really cares very deeply about. We always discussed it in class, so it seemed like something we could really do and do something meaningful for, and we really, really ran with it.
And going off what Andy said, it's really important to just educate people on mental illness, because even if they don't know someone who's diagnosed, the people they don't know, they just don't know they were diagnosed, and they can advocate for those individuals in a better way when we did this.
All right, that was great. So one of the things that we really, my reaction when I watched this video was, how did you come up with the idea to reach out to so many people using social media, and how did you actually find some of these folks to be part of the video project?
For me, like I said, my aunt was the one who had bipolar, so a lot of my family members are advocates for mental illnesses. My brother and my mom and a lot of my cousins were all in the video, so reaching out to them was no problem. They loved being in it. They loved being a part of it. So for me, it was just a lot of my local friends and my family. So I asked a lot of them in person, or I would just send them a text or a phone call, and they loved the idea that we were doing it. A lot of people said that they wished that they had the guts to kind of go out and do this themselves. So that's how I reached out to all the people who I contacted.
Well, for me, it was just my brother, because he was on campus and everybody else is off campus. So I just called him up and I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm doing this video project and I want people who support mental illness. And he's like, cool, I'm down. It's like, okay, and he took the picture and he's like, good, you're doing a good job with this video.
One thing we had talked about when we first got the assignment to do a video project was that we wanted to make a video cool enough to actually share on social media, that, you know, we're proud enough to put up on our Facebook or maybe on our Instagram. So when we first started working on the project, one of the first times we met, we made up these little cue cards that said I am with the am crossed out and replaced with have with a line. And we wanted to, you know, put out on social media and see if anyone would respond to that and stand up and say, I have this, I am not. It's not that I am this, it doesn't define me. And it ended up turning into a little bit more where people who didn't have a mental illness would stand with someone that did or knew someone that did. So a couple of us put up a post on our Facebooks or our Instagrams, and what I did was whoever, you know, reacted to it, liked the photo, things like that, I messaged them and was like, here's a little bit more information about what we're looking to do. If you would be willing to send us a picture, that would be awesome. And a lot of people took to it, actually.
I just approached my friends and told them the whole subject in the video, that we were trying to raise awareness for mental illness, and they thought it was really cool. I let them kind of fill in the cards for themselves, what they stand for, and I don't know if they have any background with it or if they, like, someone they knew did, but I don't know.
Yeah, going off of what Eric said, I just asked a couple friends for a favor, and they actually really enjoyed it. They were like a little excited, like, oh, can I pick, you know, addiction or can I pick PTSD? And I was kind of like, well, yeah, you could pick whatever. So it was great to see that kind of response.
Sure. So it seemed like you guys actually got quite a few people to be a part of this project, right? So how many were there who finally participated?
39. I believe 39 was the total number. But we had a lot more send us in pictures, but we just had to cut it to fit the 5-minute minimum. So, or
Okay.
the maximum, yeah.
Okay, so that was really great. So it seems like a lot of people really wanted to be a part of this project and potentially have a voice for themselves, or maybe for someone they really cared about, right? In
Yeah.
terms of dealing with mental illness or some of these invisible disabilities or issues that people don't really see or necessarily, and perhaps maybe they're not really quite able to address with a lot of folks, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of people actually message me after the video and say that they wish that they could have been a part of it because it's turning into such a movement, I think. So.
Yeah. So I'm just also kind of curious, what did it mean to hear some of their stories and have them be a part of this project, right? Because it seemed like it was very meaningful for them.
Well, to hear some of these background stories, it just shows that a lot of what people say is the same things that other people go through. So there's a lot of similarities between different stories, and I think that's what really brings people together.
2 of the girls that were in the video actually messaged me after they sent me their photo, and I said, thanks so much, I'll send you the link once the video is all put together. 2 of them, like I said, sent me a message, and it actually brought me to tears when I first read it. They were both just so empowered by the fact that, someone in their peer group is willing to make a stand for them. And I'm not even very close with these girls. One of them I used to work with, one of them, actually both of them now that I think about it, I just used to work with. We have a very casual acquaintanceship, is that a word? But I feel like they were just very moved by the fact that someone is willing to stand with them, stand behind them, let them know that they're not alone. I actually just got goosebumps talking about it again. And another one of the girls in my video, her mom actually gave me a phone call. I guess she gave her mom my phone number, and I had a voicemail, and it's about a solid 5 minutes of her just going on and on and on about how incredibly proud she is that someone is willing to, someone in our age group is willing to bring up such a conversation that no one ever really wants to talk about, and that I'm not really sure what her age is, but she hasn't really seen anyone in her own age group bring this up. It's kind of a very hush-hush topic that people just don't feel comfortable with talking about, and I think the fact that we've brought it up is just a big deal to a lot of these people who feel like they're alone.
Well, it's ironic because what we wanted to set out and send the message of, I personally learned the message of in the process of making the video. It really, mental illness surrounds us so much more than I really would have imagined, and it's very cool that we can kind of see it now.
So, I'm really intrigued by some of the things that you guys are saying about starting a movement. I'm wondering, what would you want people to do after watching this video? And it sounds like a lot of people want to get involved. So what can they do, and how can they be actually allies?
I kind of came up with the hashtag like, Don't Judge Me, the Don't Judge Me campaign. I just want people to look at someone like they're a person and not what they have or what someone might think they have. Just be regular to them. Don't treat them with so much, I can't even say what's the word. Special treatment. Yeah, like get to know them for who they are, not just because they show signs of this mental illness. Yeah. Pity, I think, is the worst thing you can do to someone. But you make them feel like they're not human or they're not equal to you. So we just want people to have respect and be peaceful and show love to everyone no matter what.
I think, too, especially with our age group, because we're all around the same age, people, when they see their friends or their people who are the same age as them start something that's big like this, they think they want to jump on the bandwagon and they want to help it get big. They want to advocate for something that, maybe because the statistic is 1 in 5. So if you aren't the one person who is affected, you probably know someone who is affected. So I think mental illness is something that everyone can experience and everyone can come together with.
I also think it's really important to not to take a look at mental illness and realize that it's not invisible. If someone had a broken leg, you would react to it. Medically, doctors, insurance companies would react to it. I know from personal experience, you're only given so many visits to a therapist without you really getting stuck with a lot of expenses. And I think another part that we did with this project that was separate from the video is, I believe it was mentalhealthamerica.net, which is a very cool website if anyone wants to check that out, states that you can actually save over thousands of dollars by just starting a little prevention group in a school. By age 14 is when a lot of people are starting to see the signs of a mental illness. And I think if we were to talk about it just among peers, with friends, everyone's going to feel a lot more comfortable, whether they come forward and say that they have dealt with a mental illness or not. Just hearing those words saying, I am not alone, gives them a moment of empowerment, and I think everyone deserves to have one of those. And I also think on a bigger level, if, once we all get into the workforce, if we were to start prevention programs in schools, I think we could, I don't know if we personally, the 5 of us in this room, could actually make a huge difference. But I think in general, if mental illness became more aware, if we as a country, I suppose, became more aware of it, we could probably stop a lot of the problems that we see today.
Just on the personal level, this is much less important than all the other things mentioned, but just how it is going to affect my life. A friend of mine recently came to me, and his friend from home killed himself, and he had no idea he was going through such a hard time. And he said, so I decided I'm going to start asking all my friends, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I realized I hadn't been asked that in a long time, and it was kind of weird, the timing with this video. So I think it's important to, obviously that's not as big scale, but it's important to ask your friends if they're okay.
Okay, so that was really great. I feel very fortunate to have been working with you guys. I'm hoping that this will really start a movement, hashtag Don't Judge Me campaign, and that maybe we can actually take this energy and do something really good. So again, we have Emily Noonan, Cheyenne Manel, Nina Benvenuto, Eric Wills, and Andrew Gala. So is there anything else, one final thing you might want to share with everyone?
Go to YouTube, put in the search bar, Don't Judge Me campaign, watch our video, and help destigmatize mental illness.
Yes, we want to, hopefully our goal is to even spread it more, and hopefully maybe Ellen.
We want to make it to Ellen.
Yeah, we want to make it to Ellen's show, or maybe for myself, Good Morning America. So yeah, just don't forget to Watch the video if you haven't watched it yet. You'll be inspired and you'll cry, but it's very good.
For the record, it's happy tears, I think. It's moving tears. It's not depressed tears. Also, Ellen or bust. But I think I can't really speak for all of us, but I feel like if anyone had an idea or, wanted to talk about something or get involved, send me a friend request if you can find me. Check out the video, see what you think. We're definitely looking to do more with it, I think. We're just not really sure what at this point. It's finals week. We're all a little bit crammed, but definitely give us your ideas. Like, we're all very open to what everybody else has to say.
Definitely look it up on YouTube, shoot it a thumbs up, share it on all your social medias, Facebook, Twitter, maybe even Snapchat, Friendster, MySpace, the thing before Facebook, whatever that was. But yeah, just share it on everything.
If you have mental illness, we're pulling for you. You're in our thoughts.
All right, so thank you very much. Again, this is Keith Chan. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Social Welfare at University of Albany. The video is going to be up on the School of Social Welfare Facebook page and also the School of Social Welfare radio show. So hopefully you guys will have a chance to check it out. All right, thank you very much.